Hey guys, Storm221 back with another Pokemon Nanoblock video, and in this video we have got Glaceon introduced in Generation 4. It is the Ice Pokemon evolution for Eevee, and it looks like, well, if I remember the game correctly, you have to evolve Glaceon from Eevee, where there is an ice rock near it. So definitely something to look out for when you're playing those Pokemon games. So, but first things first, we aren't playing the Pokemon games, we're building Pokemon Nanoblocks. So, that means opening and showing you guys what's in the bag. And to be honest, I prefer the boxes. If you've seen any of my previous Nanoblock videos, you'll see what the difference is between the two. And of course, the big difference for me is the space. There is more space in the box than there is in a plastic bag. So we've got the instructions again, and we have three bags, and it looks like a lot of light blue is involved in this. So I'm going to get started with putting the pieces together. Okay, so there are a lot of pieces for this model, mostly light blue or normal blue. According to the instructions, the two blues have their own separate names. We've got the pastel blue right here. I'll explain what we've got. We've got some 2x3s, 1x4s, 2x2s, well, pastel blue L's. 1x3s, 1x2s, 1x1s, and 2x4s right there. On the left, they are called the Cerulean Blues, and I'm going to call them Sonic Blues because they kind of look like Sonic, the Sonic Nanoblock set in a way. So yeah, we've got 2x3s, L's, little ones, 1x2s, and 1x3s. Then we got some dark blue 1x3s right here, then 1x2s and 1x1s, and finally the white L's. So it's always important to separate your pieces into groups so that you know where each piece, what is what, so you don't get confused. So I'm now going to get started on the build with step 1. See you guys shortly. Okay, so step 1 is complete, and I just noticed that there was a bit of a similarity between this model and the Glaceon video. If you haven't seen that video, please do check it out. I will leave a description in the video. I'll leave a link in the description below. But anyway, it's the same from the last one. We've got the 2x4 right here, then a 1x4. Next, the L's, where the gaps filled by the two previously placed pieces. Then at the back, the 2x3. Then on both sides, where we have to make sure that they are aligned nicely to each other, 2x2 squares. So that's the basis of the first step, and I'm now going to get started on the second step. Okay, I've done step 2, and I've just checked the instructions for the Glaceon and the Leafeon, and although step 1 is exactly the same, if I could just show it right here. Yep, step 1, both of these are exactly the same. Step 2 is completely different, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So for step 2, for the Leafeon build, I had to do a, well, I had to put the 1x2, Cerulean Blues, was it, yeah, oh, sorry, Pastel Blues. Why did I call it Celestial Blue when it's not even a dark blue anyway? So that was the first thing that I did them on both sides of the body. Then I put on the 2x4, trying to make sure that it was in match with the instructions and the 1x2 that I put on. Next up, I did the 1x4, and of course I also put them on top of the pieces from the first step. When that was done, I went on to the back here, where I did the 2x4. Then the 2x3s here, one for this part, one for the other one, and then the other two side by side. So that's it for that step. I'm going to move on to the next step. See you guys in a second. Okay, so we are now done with step 3. So with this, I just started off with the 1x3 here at the front. Then I did the 2x3 and the 2x2 right here. That's the end of those pieces. Next up, we've done the 2x3 right here. And of course, for the gaps here at the sides of the of this side right here, we have the little ones by their own. Next up, it was the 1x4. I did that in a portrait format where it's lined up in the middle of this 2x3. Then next up, I did the 2x3s on the side of that 1x4, and then finished off with the 1x2s to fill up the gaps. And that is that for the third step. So now I'm going to get started on step 4. Okay, that is step 4 completed. Just started off with the 1x4 right here, and just to make sure that there was a gap here at the front of Glaceon's body. Then the 2x3 right here, and at the back it is a 2x4, and right next to that, and above the 1x4, is a little 1x1 on its own, followed by another 1x4 right here for the gap. There is a L pastel blue right here, and next to fill up the gap is another 1x4. Then finally I've done the 1x3s right here to help with the hind legs of Glaceon. So now I am going to move on to the next step of the build. Okay, so this is the end result of step 5 for this Glaceon build. Now, normally I usually do it from front to back, but for this step I had to go back to front, if that makes sense to you. So I started off with the pastel blue L right here on the end of the tail, then another one here where it went, let's just say it was pointing on the south and west. And right next to it is a 1x2 right here, if I can show you guys. Then we went from the pastel blue to cerulean, no, not cerulean, sorry, dark blue, where it is a, it is the 1x3 right here. Then, little 1x1s on their own on both sides. So that is that for step 5. Step 6, I'm going to be real cool with you guys and do this step on camera. Now, first thing we'll need for step 6, we have 1x3s, 2 1x1s, then 2 1x1 dark blues, and 1x3 dark blues again. So for part 1 of this step, we grab the 1x3, then the little 1x1s on their own, and put them on both ends, like so. Then we grab a dark blue 1x1. Let me show you guys, because these are super small. These are the smallest building blocks you will ever come across. 5mm by 5mm by 4mm. They are that small. So I then put it in like this. That is part 1 of step 6 complete. Part 2. We grab these two, the 1x3s. We assemble like this. Put on top of part 1. That is part 2 complete. And the final part, pop it on like this, the last little one, and that is that part completed. Then we pop it on the tail right here. So that is it for the main body of Glaceon. Step 6 is now officially complete. I now have to get all the pieces together for step 7. Okay, step 7 is all gathered together. Sorry if it's a bit loose, but I will explain this step to you. First of all, I've done the 2x3 in the pastel blue. Then the 1x2 right here in the middle, in the landscape form. The L's I have done heading away. This one is heading northwest, this one northeast. Then we have started using the cerulean blues here. We've placed them where the edges fill in the gap for the pastel blue, but they are facing north. This one is facing northwest, that one northeast. Then I did the pastel blue 1x2s here to fill up the gap for the celestial blues. Then I put in a dark blue 1x3 here in the middle and 1x2s here. So it does look a little odd with it not being suitably built, put together, but it will come together. It will be united on the next step. I can promise you that. It's time for step 8. Okay, we have done with step 8. Now, I started off with the 1x3 here at the front. Then I did a 2x3 here, then a 2x3 right here. And again, if you've seen the Glaceon video, you had to do it in a clockwise fashion. But after that, it did... Well, I did have to put on cerulean blue 1x1s on top of the cerulean blue L's. But it has become rather loose, as you can see. This step is not fitted well together, but I'm hoping that on step 9, everything sticks together, otherwise I might have myself an Eggman situation. But for now, it's time for me to get to work on step 9. Okay, I am done with step 9. Now, it does look like it is kept together, but I can guarantee you it is still a little bit loose. So I'm hoping that with step 10, it all comes together. So I'm going to explain what I've done. First of all, little mistake on my part. I did the 1x3 dark blue here. I did it as if it was its actual nose. That was incorrect. Should have been part of its of the right-hand side of the face. So I had to take that out and then put it back into its correct place. Then I put in the dark 1x2, then another 1x2. Then I did the cerulean blue 1x3s on both sides of the head. Then the pastel light blues, an L here, then another one here, and then finally a 2x3 at the back. So I'm a little anxious with the next steps, but I'm hoping that it will all stick together. So I'm going to now move on to step 10. Just a quick one, guys. I did have another look at the instructions again, and it turns out that there was supposed to be little 1x1s right here, right next on the face. So I forgot that part. Sorry, the looseness of the head really got to me for that. So I apologize. Don't forget those little 1x1s. Okay, so step 10 now complete, and the head no longer loose. It's all put together thanks to the 2x3 right here where my thumb is pointing to. So let's show you what I've done had to do. Started off with the 2x3 right here in the pastel light blue. Then I did the other 2x3s. So that all sticks together. Then at the back, a 1x3. Next to those was the dark blue 1x1s here and here. And then the cerulean blue 1 and 1. So that is it for what looks like the base of Glaceon's head. I'm now going to get started on the next step of the build. Okay, the head is starting to look like an actual head. So first thing that I did was the white L's. Those are now gone. Right here and here for the rest of the eyes. Then I did the cerulean blue 1x3 in between those L's, as you can tell. And I'm poetic, I didn't know it. Then I did the cerulean blue 1x1s on their own right here. Then 2x1s right here, where they fill the gap of the white L's. Speaking of L's, the next L's that I had to do were these two pastel blues at the back, where the gaps faced the back of the head, where the 2x3 is placed. So that is that for step 11. I'm now going to go to step 12. Okay, so this is step 12 completed. The first thing that I did was the cerulean blue 1x3. Just gotta make sure that's nice and lined up. There we go, perfect. And then another 1x3 right here with a 1x2 right next to it. Then 2x3 here and a 2x3 here to complete the use of the cerulean blue for this step. Then the pastel blue, we did the 1x4 so that it fills up the gap. Then a 2x4 on both ends to form Glaceon's ears. So now I'm going to move on to step 13. Okay, we are done with this step of the build. So I began with the cerulean blue 1x3 here at the front, where the gap is facing southwest. Then a little 1x3 here. Next up behind it was the 2x3, filled up, followed by 1x2s here and here. Then this is then completely mirrored. You don't have to or me, I did the pastel blue L's, where the gaps is facing the back of the head. Then a 1x2 in the cerulean blue, followed by the 1x2 right here. Then the L's, where the gaps are facing away from the head. So we have got the head of the Glaceon on coming together nicely. So now I am going to work on step 14. Okay, we have done more of the head of Glaceon for step 14. The first thing that I did was the little cerulean blue ones right here at the front, here, and here. So that is that part of the head done. Next part I did was the cerulean 1x2s, so that I knew where to start off on the rest of the ears. Then I did the pastel blue L's, where the gap went inside the head on both sides. Then another one here, where the gap fills the cerulean blue from earlier. Then another L, where it went inside where the other L is. So yeah, pretty easy steps. So I'm now going to move on to step 15. See you guys shortly. Okay, so step 15 is complete, and like last time, I did the cerulean blue 1x2s here, and I used it as the foundation for this step where I could go around it. I started off with the light blue 2x1s, the pastel blue. Then I used the pastel blue 1x1s here to go around the rear of the celestial blue 1x2s that I did earlier. So that step is now complete. Step 16, and this is the part that I like to do on these videos. I got the next parts all together, so it's just two 1x2 pastel blues here, and I just have to pop them on this part here, and then this part right here. So that step is now done. It's pretty easy to do. Then it's now time for step 17, where we put the head on the body. So I just have to make sure that the head goes on correctly. And from what I can see on the instruction booklet, looks like it's where the, yes, here we go. And hey, presto, the head is now on the body. So that is step 17 complete. I now have to go and get ready for, put the pieces together for steps 18 and 19. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so the pieces are now gathered for steps 18 and 19. These are the exact same pieces, exact same steps. It's just on different sides of the model. So let me show you what we have to do for the first one. First of all, we need the dark blue 1x3s and two 1x1s on their own. Then a 1x3 cerulean blue and the cerulean blue 1x1s, two of them. And then we get to work on step 1. Part 1 of step 18. So, the first thing, the only thing that we have to do for the first step, first part of the step, is to put the 1x3 on top of the little ones right here. It's really easy to do. And then the same again right here, so that it creates a nice little diamond-like shape. You can see right here, yep, that's what it's supposed to look like. Then we put on the cerulean blue 1x1s, and then on top of that, to put it all together, the 1x3. And that is the first thing, the first part. This step 18 done. Now we do the same for step 19. Just gotta make sure that the bottom one is aligned with the top one. Can be a bit difficult, but the best advice I can give is try using the cerulean blue as sort of a guide for where it's supposed to go. Then try not to move it around too much. Alright, here we go. That is that. We have steps 18 and 19 assembled together. So for the first of 18, I put this one here. Then for 19, put this one right here. And I believe those are the parts of Glaceon's head fully done. So now I'm going to get to work on step 20 of the build. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, well, I just took a look at the instructions, and part 20 and part 21 are so easy. I thought I'd do them both on screen to show you what you have to do. So we'll start with step 20, where we grab the pastel blue 1x3 and the cerulean blue 1x2 right here. And you put them on top. You put the 1x3 on top of the 1x2. Now, according to the instructions, I have to put them underneath the rear hind legs, like so. Hope I've done it correctly. Looks like I have. There we go. That is Glaceon's rear legs done. Now, for step 21, this is the final step. It's practically the last 4 pieces. It's the 2x2s for the cerulean blue and the pastel blue. And you have to put them at the front, where the L's are. Right here. And again, right here. And that is Glaceon fully built. And it is now ready to bring winter to every Pokemon battle that it enters. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, why not check out my latest video right here. If you haven't got anything to watch on the weekend or one of your days off, why not check out my playlist right here. And if you aren't a subscriber to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified on my latest videos. Hope to see you again soon. Happy gaming. See you around.